Hello, Joe here from Infiniti of Tacoma. I wanted to give you an update for the 2017 Q50. We have this gorgeous new color called Iridium Blue, and we have our new package called the Design Package. This is available. This color combination is available in all engine configurations. You can get it with the 4-cylinder. You can get it with both VR30 engines, the 300 horsepower version and the 400 horsepower version. I also believe this color combination is available on the Q50 Hybrid. Really looks spectacular. When these things first landed on the lot, I love blue. It really caught my eye, and I think it really suits the looks and lines of the Q50 very nicely. And the new package for 2017 is called the Design Package. This Q50 is actually loaded with just about every available option you can get, but the Design Package is here. It retails for $1,850. It includes a semi-aniline leather seating, seat quilting and contrast stitching, matte finish natural maple wood trim, dark chrome interior accents, and black headliner and pillars. And there is that gorgeous semi-aniline and quilted leather seating, contrast stitching. It looks absolutely beautiful. Excuse me. Really gives it a nice high-end look. And it's something that you don't see a lot in some of the other competitors, this quilted seating. It seems like something that you see a lot recently in some Infiniti products. I think it's definitely a good idea. It really kind of gives it a nice high-end look. And there's that beautiful matte finish on the wood trim. Black headliner and pillars. Some other slight changes for 2017, which are probably something that everyone's not going to notice, but they updated the grille covers for the Bose sound system. Gives it kind of more of a little bit high-end look with that metal versus the plastic that they had before. Really is a beautiful automobile. This is the Red Sport 400 version, so it has the 400 horsepower V6 twin turbo. That is a new engine that we saw hit the Q50 product line for the 2016 model year. There's a number of different engines available on the Q50. The base one is a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine. It's actually sourced from Mercedes. Infiniti really didn't have a good 4-cylinder to use. They didn't want to use something from Nissan because this is a luxury automobile. So you actually see this pretty often in the car business, where you'll see car companies share technology because it costs a lot of money to develop an engine. So Mercedes lent Infiniti its amazing 4-cylinder turbocharged direct injection engine. Makes about 208 horsepower. It's used in a lot of Mercedes products. We see it in a lot of their smaller vehicles like the GLA and the C-Class, the CLA. Then of course we have the hybrid version of the Q50, where you get that direct response hybrid engine compared to the VQ35 V6 for combined output of 360 horsepower. But the engines that are getting the big news are these new VR30 engines. These are developed by Infiniti. They didn't get them from anyone else. There's two versions. There's a 300 horsepower version, and then there's the Red Sport 400, which makes 400 horsepower. So it has direct injection, the latest in gasoline engine technology. The way direct injection works is it sends highly pressurized gas directly into the combustion chamber. Generally that gives you more horsepower, better fuel economy, and lower emissions. And then with twin turbos, that really helps your low-end power, and it also helps with fuel economy. We're seeing a lot of car manufacturers, especially in the luxury end, switch to turbocharging. So in a lot of cases, 10 years ago, where manufacturers would have V8 engines, we're seeing those V8 engines being replaced by turbocharged V6s, just because of emission regulations, CAFE rules for average fuel economy ratings for manufacturers. They're really under a lot of pressure to get the average fuel economy up on all their products, and to lower emissions. And one of the best and easiest ways and cost-effective ways to do that is by using turbochargers. But a great dividend of turbocharging is you get amazing performance as well. So with the Red Sport 400 package, they give you all the sporting features equipped with the Red Sport 400, because they figure if you're going to get a twin turbo 400 horsepower engine, you're going to want all the sporting goodies. So you get this upgraded wheel and tire package, a little bit more of an aggressive performance tire. You get bigger brakes. You can see that the brake calipers have a red tint to them. You also get a little bit of aggressive looking front fascia for a sportier look. Performance tuned suspension. And they also give you steering wheel paddle shifters so you can take control of those 7 forward gears. The Q50 replaces the G37, which for a very long time was Infiniti's there was their leading compact luxury sport sedan, designed to compete with the likes of the BMW 3 Series, Mercedes-Benz C-Class, Lexus IS Series, to name a few. It's great competition, but as a G37 kind of got a little bit long in the tooth, it was ready for an upgrade. So even though the Q50 does share the same platform that the G37 used, it is a lot more up-to-date and has a lot more features and technologies than we would find on the older G37. If you value performance and luxury in a stylish package, the Q50 is definitely worth a look. We always have a great selection in stock. We encourage you to come in. We'll give you a full demonstration and we'll let you take one out for a spin. I think you'll be very impressed. Thank you so much for taking the time today to watch this video. Hopefully you're excited about this new color combination for 2017 and that beautiful new luxury trim package that they have. Thanks so much for watching this video, and hopefully we see you in our store very soon.
The Cadillac CT6 has one of the most advanced structures on the planet. It combines 11 different materials to give it the ride quality, sound quality, and of course the handling desired to compete with the world's elite luxury cars. It's also powered by a 3-litre twin-turbo V6 engine. Now it needs that power to not only ferry the car around and give it decent performance, but also to carry the 34 speakers you'll find in the cabin. Hot on the heels of the Coupe GLE comes a more traditional 2-box design. Now whilst most of the powertrains carry over, the big news is the plug-in hybrid. 114 horsepower electric motor and a twin-turbo V6 engine give it a net output of 346 horsepower. Now that is very good. At the other end, of course, I need say no more than 577. That's the amount of horsepower the GLE 63S puts under its hood. The Lexus RX is the personification of the brand. Now this time around it gets more style, although it won't be to everybody's cup of tea. 30 more horsepower, more space and more technology. Notably a 12.3-inch touchscreen that looks after the infotainment system. The one thing that does not change, however, it's the manner in which it promises to pamper its riders, and that's exactly what the RX is known for. Jaguar's all-new XF is 120 kilograms lighter and 28% stiffer thanks to its all-new aluminum chassis. It also gets 2 V6 engines to start. However, down the road, look for a V8 and a long overdue diesel. The interior highlight has to be the new infotainment system. It uses a quad-core processor and a solid-state hard drive to deliver its data quickly. Now that promises to be a marked improvement because the outgoing system, well, it was famous for being truculent.
The redesigned 2017 Nissan Armada is a substantial improvement over the vehicle it replaces. If you're looking for a big thorough SUV that can tow and venture off the beaten path but also comfortably handle the daily urban grind, the new Armada will be a great choice. Build and price TMV registered. Pros: higher quality cabin that betters most competitors, smooth and quiet V8 engine, more comfortable and less truck-like to drive than some rival SUVs, plenty of ground clearance for off-road adventures. Cons: fuel economy is poor, even for this class of vehicle. Third-row seat is less spacious and comfortable than those of some SUV and crossover rivals. Heavy steering in parking lots. What's new for 2017? After a one-year hiatus, the Nissan Armada is back for 2017. Why redesigned? It boasts a higher quality interior, a more powerful V8 engine and a new, more chiseled look for its exterior styling. Review rumors of the old-school, full-size SUV's demise have been greatly exaggerated, especially as gas prices have remained low. Even as crossovers become the go-to choice for families across the country, a bigger, more capable SUV such as the 2017 Nissan Armada still holds a lot of appeal. If you need to tow something sizable, or with greater ease, while also hauling about people and their stuff, an old-school SUV is still the best way to go. Plus, the Armada's substantial ground clearance is bound to come in handy as well if wherever you're going requires bouncing over a few rocks. The previous generation Armada was related to Nissan's Titan pickup, but this year's Armada now shares its bones with the Infiniti QX80, which is actually called the Nissan Patrol in other global markets. Nissan says the new Armada's body-on-frame architecture is stiffer and more rugged, and it comes with a new 390 horsepower V8 engine. However, it's really inside where the completely redesigned 2017 Armada displays its greatest advantage over the competition. Essentially, here's your chance to get an Infiniti at Nissan prices. Inside, a high-quality cabin is standard, and you don't have to load it up with equipment to make it seem more luxurious than the competition. The Armada specifically stacks up well to the segment's bestsellers, the Chevrolet Tahoe and GMC Yukon Twins. It has more refined road manners, greater off-road capability, and a more usable third-row seat and cargo area. The latter two items still aren't great, though, so if people hauling is a key priority, a Ford Expedition or several big crossovers might be a better bet. Then there's the matter of fuel economy. Although the Armada's V8 provides surprisingly quiet and sufficiently gutsy power, you'll shell out a lot more to Shell in the course of a year than you would with the Tahoe or Expedition. Overall, though, the Nissan Armada is a far more compelling SUV in 2017 than it was previously. If you're shopping for a big and capable SUV, it's not to be missed. Body styles, trim levels, and options. The 2017 Nissan Armada is a full-size SUV built on a truck-like, body-on-frame chassis. It seats 8 people standard, while secondary captain's chairs that lower capacity to 7 are optional on the range-topping Platinum. The standard SV trim comes standard with 18-inch alloy wheels, a full-size spare, automatic LED headlights, low beam only, roof rails, side steps, rear privacy glass, keyless ignition and entry, a rear view camera, dual-zone automatic climate control, heated 6-way power front seats, with two-way power driver lumbar, a leather-wrapped tilt and telescoping steering wheel, a reclining second-row bench split seat and a 60/40 split third-row seat. Standard technology features include Bluetooth connectivity, an 8-inch touchscreen interface, a navigation system, and a 13-speaker Bose audio system with a CD player, satellite radio, an auxiliary audio jack and a USB media player interface. The optional driver package adds to the SV a power liftgate, fog lights, a power third-row seat, an auto-dimming mirror and a trailering package. The SL trim level includes the driver package items plus 20-inch wheels, front and rear parking sensors, auto-dimming heated mirrors, remote engine start, automatic wipers, driver memory functions, leather upholstery, a power-adjustable steering wheel and an enhanced 360-degree top-down parking camera with moving object detection, warning. The SL can be equipped with an optional sunroof and a technology package, which includes adaptive cruise control, forward and rearward emergency automatic braking, and a blind spot monitoring system. The range-topping Platinum comes standard with the SL's optional equipment and adds different 20-inch wheels, heated and ventilated front seats, heated second-row seats, a heated steering wheel, leather door trim, a blind spot intervention system, and a rear seat entertainment system that include two 7-inch headrest-mounted displays, a DVD player and two USB ports. The Platinum's optional Secondro captain's chairs include a center console. Powertrains and performance. Every 2017 Nissan Armada is powered by a 5.6-liter V8 engine that produces 390 horsepower and 394 pound-feet of torque. A 7-speed automatic transmission is paired to either rear-wheel drive or an optional 4-wheel drive system with low range. A limited slip differential, hill start assist and a tow mode function are also standard. Nissan estimates that the Armada will return 16 miles per gallon combined, 14 city/19 highway, with rear-wheel drive and 15 miles per gallon combined, 13 city/18 highway, with all-wheel drive. By comparison, the Chevrolet Tahoe and Ford Expedition return 18 miles per gallon with rear-wheel drive. Properly equipped, the 2017 Armada can tow up to 8,500 pounds. Safety. Standard safety features includes anti-lock brakes, traction and stability control, front side airbags, full-length side curtain airbags, and a rear-view camera. A blind spot monitoring system, forward collision warning, and automatic emergency braking for both frontal and rear collisions are optional on the SL and standard on the Platinum. The Platinum also comes standard with blind spot intervention and lane departure warning and intervention systems that can steer you out of harm's way should you fail to heed their warnings. Interior design and special features. The differences between the 2017 Nissan Armada's interior and that of the costlier Infiniti QX80 are negligible. Frankly, this says more about the Nissan, which boasts virtually the same design, materials quality and overall ambience as the luxurious QX. Indeed, there is a much smaller gap present between these two mechanically related siblings than what you'd find between the Chevy Tahoe, Cadillac Escalade or the Ford Expedition, Lincoln Navigator. Of the few differences that exist, though, the standard 6-way driver seat stands in contrast to the greater adjustability offered by the 8-way seats found in the Infiniti, as well as in most competitors. Drivers might have a difficult time finding an ideal seating position. The seats aren't necessarily a deal breaker, but it's certainly something to look for during your test drive. Comfort is also limited in the third row. Although there is plenty of space between it and the second row seatback, the seat cushion is mounted too low to the floor. It's still better than the Chevy Tahoe's rather woeful third row, but the Ford Expedition's is much better. The same can essentially be said in terms of overall cargo volume, 95.4 cubic feet total, 49.9 behind the second row, 16.5 behind the third. The Ford offers more space, regardless of how many rows are raised, as does the Toyota Sequoia, but the Armada has a bit more overall space than the Tahoe and a lower lift-over height as well. Driving impressions. Big SUVs have a reputation for being a bit loud and uncouth, with roaring V8 engines and blunt, brick-like bodies noisily moving through the air. The 2017 Nissan Armada avoids this reputation. Yes, it has a V8 engine, but it's smooth and impressively quiet, moving the heavy Armada forward without much fuss. When cruising down the road, the Armada is also pleasingly free of the sort bouncing and shimmying over bumps typically associated with this class of vehicle. It is decidedly less truck-like in that regard. However, the Armada is still very truck-like compared to a large crossover such as the Dodge Durango or Ford Explorer. Its heavy steering and heavier curb weight make it comparatively cumbersome to drive. Summary. Read review. Body styles, performance, safety, special features, driving impressions. View all.